Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. What I'd like to do today, I'd like to do a taste test of the Russian Menu 2 individual meal. This is after my opening and comparison with the Russian versus the US Menu 2. But before I plate them up, I'd like to just refresh our memories on what the contents were. So, starting at this top end, we have some salt and pepper. There is a black tea bag. There is sugar, apple jam. There is a spoon and napkin. 2 packets of plain biscuits or crackers. The main entree is potato with beef. Here we have a M.R.E's stew or vegetable caviar, depending on the translate version. There is 2 wet wipes, a cooker and a water purifying tablet. Okay, so let's get these out on a tray and start taste testing. Okay, as you can see, we now have everything laid out on the tray. I have preheated the main entree by boiling it, and I've also warmed the vegetable caviar. I don't know if that was the correct thing to do, but we shall find out. So, where shall we start? Let's start with the drinks. Let's bring a cup. So first off, we have what I believe is a tea, black tea. It looks just a very nice, simple little tea bag. The spoon. Already it's gone pretty dark. Nice looking brew starting to form there. We'll come back to that in a minute. We'll just give it a few moments to infuse, and I think we'll go straight to the mains. Okay, so in this particular one is potatoes with beef. As I said, I've pre-warmed it. I'm saving the fuel blocks, the cooker that came with it, for a later video where I'll do a comparison of the different cookers and heaters. Oh. Straight away, there's a nice smell coming from there. Not what I was expecting. I thought the potatoes would be cubed or lumpy, but they're slices. It's very hot. There is carrots in there. I can see meat. And there's a flavourful, well, it smells flavourful gravy. Okay. Let's leave that there for a moment. And we'll have a look at this M.R.E's stew or vegetable caviar, depending on what translator you've been using. Now, as I said, I did warm this. Not sure if you was meant to. Just to one side. Now, smells quite tomatoey. It's quite thin. Maybe because I've warmed it up. Quite oily. Have a little taste of that. That's pleasant. It's like a a soup type flavour. It's got plenty of salt and pepper in there. It's tomatoey. It's very pleasant. I'm just going to put it back down for a moment because it's burning my hands. And the biscuits. It did come with 2 packets of biscuits. I'm only using 1 for the taste test. There is 8 biscuits in a pack. Let's have a look at this broken one. Again, sounding quite dry, typically. They're softer than the other Eastern European ones I've tried. Much more palatable. Not a lot of flavour to them. They're dry. Very nondescript, really. Again, it just seems like it's a flour, water type mixture. No, not much hint of salt or anything like that. Try a little bit with this vegetable stew or caviar. Complements that very well. It's very similar to dipping crackers into a soup, or if you're a nice crusty bread into a tomato based soup. Very nice. Let's have a look at this tea. Now it's had time to stew a little bit. It's like an English breakfast tea. It's not particularly strong. It's pleasant. I do normally have my tea white with sugar, so let's try a little bit of this sugar in there, see if that improves it any. It's a big pack of sugar, very big pack. There's I would say 6 teaspoons maybe, so I won't be using all of it. I'll put about a third in. Just hope I've not contaminated it now with that beef spoon. It's made it a little bit better. Not that it was bad before. It's just a nice, decent tea. Okay, so the mains. Let's go for the mains. As I said, this is potato with beef, but I can see carrots in there. There's a nice aroma coming from it. Let's get a bit of everything there. Have a taste of that. It's very mild. The potatoes are soft but not soggy. With a little bit of texture. The carrots are softer than the potatoes, a little bit less firm. It's very difficult to give you a comparison. When I eat these rations, I like to give you a similar food that you might have eaten as a rough idea of the taste. It's like a tinned Irish stew. That's probably the best way of describing it. If you've eaten Irish stew out of a tin, canned, it's that sort of flavour. Obviously, there's a lot more vegetables and less liquid than there is in an Irish stew, but very reminiscent, very similar to Irish stew, the sort you get in a tin. Try a little bit of the beef. It's very soft. It melts in your mouth. Definitely a tinned meat sort of texture, and by that I mean it's soft. It just dissolves. You don't need to chew it. You could eat that without any teeth. It's so soft. Let's try some on this biscuit, on the cracker. It's like nearly all of these rations. Excuse me. That was a large mouthful. Like I'm discovering in most of these rations, the crackers complement. They go with the meals, but they don't add anything apart from some more bulk, some extra calories. Back to the caviar. Do like that. I'm surprised. When I heard vegetable caviar, I was a bit skeptimistic. I didn't think I'd like it very much. But it has got a flavour of a rich tomato soup, canned tomato soup. Obviously got marrows, or courgettes, or zucchini, as I think the US call them, in there. That's what's making it thick. But it's more tomatoey with peppers, black pepper. Very nice. I think that's a whole bay leaf that was in the mains. Try some of the mains with a little bit of the caviar on the side. Oh, they help each other. And if you was to put that on there, there's a bit of extra flavour. Oh yeah. It really lifts this potatoes and beef. There was a lot of salt and pepper in the caviar. We have salt and pepper extra. Again, personally, I don't think I need it. There's plenty of flavour in those meals. I'm going to sip of this tea. Very nice. I was so much enjoying the mains, I almost forgot this apple butter, apple jam. Let's just have a look at this. Again, I think this calls for a cracker. It's very thick, very dark. It's not too sweet. It's definitely more of a jam than a butter, I would say, personally. You need the crackers to eat it with. Although I don't think these are the best crackers to use. There is a flour, like an uncooked floury taste to the back of the cracker, and it's making the jam taste like it's uncooked. But try a little bit of the jam on its own without a cracker. Yes, you could. You could eat it just straight out of the packet. It's not overly sweet. It's sweet, but not overly so that it'd be too much just to eat straight out of the bag. Very nice. Just clean my palate. You also get 2 napkins, wet naps. Now I've done a translate, and it appears the green is for cleaning utensils and canteens, and the white side is for your hands, face and neck. So let's open them both and see if there is any difference, or are they just both the same. Let's go with the first one, the hands. So it's reasonably strong, a bit stretchy, not particularly large in size. Doesn't smell of any oils like lemon or any sort of perfumes. It's smellless. Nicely moist. Does a good job of cleaning your hands. They feel like they're being cleaned. Okay, so that was the one for the hands. I'll just open the other one. This one is supposed to be for the cutlery, it says, and canteens and equipment. Doesn't smell any different. Doesn't feel any different. Try what it's intended for. So it's cleaned the spoon. Let's use the little napkin that came with it to dry it, and have a taste to see if it gives it any aftertaste. Nope. It's done no damage to the spoon as regards to chemical taste or anything. But to be honest, I think they're both the same. I don't think there is no difference. It wouldn't matter which one you use for which. Okay. So, a summary. The tea, very nice, typical sort of English breakfast tea. Not too strong, but not too mild either. It's a very middle of the road sort of tea. Personally, I would like some milk in it, but it's a nice cup all the same. The apple jelly or jam, whichever you want to prefer it. Not overly sweet, nice and thick. Can be eaten straight out of the packet without it being too much sugar. Personally, I didn't think the crackers were quite right to go with it. It has like a slightly undercooked floury taste, and that came through as it does with other meals, but that sort of masks it a little bit where it doesn't with the jam. But a very nice sweet pudding for after the main meal. The main meal itself, very nice, very nutritious, certainly tasty, plenty of salt and pepper, light gravy, adequately cooked, although I think the meat is slightly overcooked. The meat just falls to pieces in your mouth. Be nice if it had a bit more texture to that. Flavour wise, as I said, the best way I can describe it, if you've eaten tinned Irish stew, it's very similar, reminiscent, that sort of flavour. Could add the salt and pepper too, but I personally didn't need to. The crackers, not as hard as the other European crackers I've tried, the Eastern European. They're very similar to the American M.R.E type cracker in consistency. Again, don't do a lot for enhancing, more of a bulking agent, like I'm discovering in most of them. It's there purely to add up the calorific value of the meal, but perfectly adequate again for that purpose. And I think my surprise was the vegetables caviar or marrow stew, again whichever translator you use, it has a slight variant on. Very similar, as I said, to a thick tomato soup. I know there's courgette in there and marrows, but there's also a heavy hint of tomato. Nicely flavoured, salted and peppered. Complements the mains very well, and in fact when I put the two together actually improved the main. Wet naps, nice to have one for each your cutlery, but to be honest I couldn't see any difference. I think it doesn't really matter which one you'd use for which, cleaning your hands or cleaning your cutlery. There's no difference in smell or textures or anything like that. So overall and personally, again, I think it's a very successful M.R.E. Would I have it again? Yes, I would. There was nothing there at all which I disliked. So, I'm going to leave it there. And thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and look out for some of my future videos coming very soon. Thank you, and goodbye for now.